we are going to mount these electric locks into the doors from the Cadillac, the '06 Cadillac. And if you're thinking of doing this, putting electric locks into an old car, this 49 Chev, the reason that I'm going with these, of course, is because the 49 Chev body is on an '06 Cadillac. So all of the wiring and all of the switches and all of that kind of stuff is still there. Not only that, but the Cadillac has a theft-proof system that locks itself up, right, if it thinks somebody's stealing the car. And that will not allow it to go into gear, lights are blinking, buzzers, all that kind of stuff. Each door has a module, and you open it up, it's a computer. Yeah, man, oh man, the amount of information that flows back and forth just in one car is pretty amazing. This car has 3 major fuse boxes, and then it has a module in each door. It's got a module at the back of the car. And I've already eliminated all the modules for the OnStar communications and, yeah, the telephone thing. And the computer that runs the anti-theft system is the ECM, the same one that runs the engine. So you can't isolate or eliminate the computer that runs all this stuff. So anyway, I'm going to not only upgrade the 49 Chev by doing this, but solve the problem of the electronics in the Cadillac. So the fun part is going to be to make this fit. Of course, the doors are totally different shapes. The Cadillac doors are quite fat inside, like a big vacuum in there. These are narrow and taller. And so not only does the electric lock go in, but the door stopper will go in as well. And then the electric windows, the power windows, will go in. I think that this is going to be easy to connect to the inside Chevy door handle. So I'll use the stock handle for that. And all it's going to do is pull this. Pulls this, opens the door, okay? And the same thing with the lock that goes down through the top of the door, right? Pulls this up, unlocks it, pushes it down. So those two mechanical things can work the same. The other one, which is here, is the handle which you pulled up on the door of the Cadillac. And there's no really good place to mount those. I would have to mount them quite low because of the shape of the door. So the other option is, because there's no way that you could actually use the 49 Chev outside door knob to pull this. Not very easily anyway. You'd have to rig up some pretty fascinating mechanism. But the other thing is I have these solenoids for, I don't know, they're out of a truck or something, like a square body Chev. And I can use these for opening the doors instead of the outside latch. So I'll just close off the holes on the outside of the door and mount this inside there, and then put a switch somewhere so that you hit the switch and it opens. So what I have to watch out for, this thickness here in the Cadillac had lots of room. The post at the back of the door was a lot wider, a lot thicker. So there was room for this. This one doesn't. The window slides up and down right in on the inside of this steel here, right on the inside of the door frame. And so I can't mount this inside because it will conflict with the window. So I'm going to have to move this back as much as I can. Let me just hop in here and compare the actual door closing mechanism from the 49 Chev. And you can see how flat it is this way. Okay, it sits in the door like this. And this channel here is so thin, and this thing here is thin as well. So if this is upright in the door, there's a real thin piece of channel that's longer than this one, but it goes inside here. And then the window run channel, the cloth stuff, goes in to there, and very compact. So the Cadillac mechanism is about 1.25 inches thick here, this way. This one here is not even 1/4 of an inch. So you can see the challenge. The Cadillac mechanism is going to protrude from the back of this window channel 1.25 inches. It means cutting out the back of the door frame and bring it out as much as I can without interfering with the post on the body of the car. Tricky measurement, but I believe that I can make it work with some really thin-headed screws because even bolt heads are going to interfere with the door opening and closing. So that'll be the trick, is to get that mounted in a way that the window channel can still go by, and it goes by right here normally on the Cadillac. That's why there's this kind of an L shape, right? The window slides in this area here. So it stands up this way, the window will slide up and down here. So I've got to make sure that this is back this way enough and back that way enough to clear that. So I use a piece of 16 gauge steel, satin coat here, nice and strong. Cut a couple pieces 20 by 30 centimeters and put them back to back. That way I only have to drill one set of holes, cut one set of slots, all that kind of stuff, and then shape it and form it so it fits around these door latches. Absolutely as tight as we can. Now, I just finished doing the trunk latch using the Cadillac electric button, right, to release the trunk. And I happened to nail that one like within thousandths of an inch, both the top piece and the bottom piece. So it's tucked in as far as it could possibly go, tucked down, and it works really nice. After that, we'll cut into the doors on the car, a little bit at a time. We don't want to go too far. And then get this thing mounted just as close as you can to where the window's going to run. goes into here to close the door. This one will go against the post, and I will actually have to countersink this into the post some as well, because this one's going to protrude too far from the door part. So they'll be cutting and welding on the post as well. So we'll probably be removing the old parts and building some kind of a mount a little further back in for this one. At least we've got to hide the thickness of the steel in the bolt head, and probably a little bit more, but we'll get that in there. And these things will just come closing nicely. It'll be quite amazing. And then, you know, what you've got is you've got the electric locks in the car, which locks the car, the key fob. Also, you've got the warning light if the door is slightly ajar. It'll just be like a modern car. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Seems like a lot of the parts that have a mechanical, like this will have a solenoid in here for locking and unlocking. The windows obviously have a motor. So there is a mechanical or just a straight old electrical 12-volt system for running those. But then there's others wires that send information back to the computer all the time, even from the power windows. Yeah, they've got like 6 wires going into each one. This out. We're going to cut into here. Cut a section out of this 4x2 tubing, nice heavy stuff, and then drill holes in it that will match these. The trick is that this little apparatus here, whatever you call this, the thing that the door latch connects to when you close the door, you've got to have it adjustable so that you can go up or down, in or out as the door changes or if things are out of alignment. So basically, bigger holes here, and then put this backing thing on here, welded little plate to two nuts, and that way you can set it up so that it's just barely able to move. Close the door, make sure everything's in alignment, and then tighten these up. So that's basically what you end up with. You end up with it being able to go up and down all around, right? And then weld this part into the doorpost of the car, and so this can mount on it. nice and heavy, strong, holds the door shut. Yeah, so there was enough material inside that doorpost that even though I cut the outer skin off, there was enough stuff back in there to be able to weld that on there really solid and strong.